WNBA refs are back in major, and I mean major, hot water after tonight's game, guys. For this one, we gotta take it all the way up to the Connecticut Sun. Now, if you watched this game, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. The referees made some questionable calls that had fans, players, and coaches losing their minds. And honestly, it's hard to blame them. We've seen some head-scratching moments from the refs this season, but tonight was on a whole new level. Whether it was missed fouls, blown calls, or just flat-out inconsistency, this one is going to have people talking for a while. And you know what? It's not the first time. The league's got to address this, because these kinds of games, they can swing entire seasons. Caitlinclark definitely showed up and showed out tonight. The young lady looked like she was born for the playoffs after leading the indianafever in spectacular fashion. Everything really started clicking for the Fever at the start of the third quarter. They came out red hot, but as the minutes ticked down in that same quarter, Indiana did what they've been doing all season, fall into a slump. And that's exactly what happened, bro. I don't know, man. I've said it every game. Coach Stanley's got to be back there at halftime eating buckets of chicken or something, because things just stop adding up when that third quarter comes around, bro. One thing I can say for sure about this game, Caitlinclark left it all on the court. She was absolutely exhausted, but history was made tonight. Clark joined the legendary Maya Moore as the only rookies in WNBA history to record 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. We all know Caitlin's been making history all season long, but let's get to the moment that's causing all the buzz online. Yup, I'm talking about that controversial no-call involving Marina Mabrey. Clark pretty much got knocked upside the head. Bro, roll the footage. Insert footage. As you can see right there, Caitlin took a massive hit to the head, and guess what? No call. That right there sums up how this entire season's been for her, and for the Fever, when it comes to these referees. I'm just glad this season is finally over, because now we can break down the damage the refs have been doing all year. Hopefully, they come back and get it right next season. Unfortunately, the Fever's season ended tonight with an 87-81 loss in Connecticut. It's the end of a rocky rookie season for Caitlinclark and the indianafever. Clark finished the game with 25 points, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds, but it wasn't enough. Indiana got beat, plain and simple. And you know what? Christy Sides might have just coached her last game for this team. But back to these refs, bro. They need to hit the lab and figure it out. With all that said, let's check out what Caitlinclark had to say before the game. Roll the footage.
For them again, but being here, you know, we have to win to extend our season and to get it back home, and I think it's a great opportunity for us. You go back and watch the film and we find so many ways where we can improve and have been a lot better offensively and defensively, and we know we could have been right there in that game, and you know, hopefully we shoot the ball a little bit better tonight. You would like to think a lot of averages would play out for you, so I think that as a competitor, like, you hate sitting around a couple days. Like, you want to get to this game and you're really fired up for it. So I think that's the way our team's approaching it. And, you know, we know it's a great opportunity, but we also know it's a great challenge for us, but not anything you shy away from.
Go Doug, then we'll go Matt.
Keelan, I know you said the other night that your shots just didn't fall. They were good shots. You're happy with them. You go back and watch the film, it was even more so, man, that shot was good. Like, it felt good from my hand. Like, do you take the same shots you took the other night? You're happy with those tonight if they're open?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like there was definitely some, and we went back and we watched, and we had, I think we calculated like 28 points where it was like kind of like a wide open look for us where we didn't execute, and say we make half of those, like, that's 14 points right there. So yeah, you're definitely happy with some of the shots you get, but at the same time we weren't happy with some other shots that we did get. So I think we got to work the offense a little bit more, got to play with more pace. I thought it was a lot of standing in our half-court offense. Like, it just didn't flow. It didn't feel good. I think for me especially is just try to move, play a little faster, play with some more pace, you know, make them have to guard us from side to side. I think it's going to be really important. But yeah, I think overall we did get some good looks, but also there was a lot of ways where we can improve and definitely get more. So putting those two together, hopefully brings us some success tonight.
Go Matt in the front, then Scott in the far left.
Yeah, hi Caitlin. For you as a player, on a night where your shot isn't going down, such as Sunday, do you prep any differently going into the next game?
No, I mean, I would love to shoot amazing every single game, and obviously some games are going to be are going to be great. Some games are going to be average. Some games will be a little below average. Some games are going to be bad, which, that's how it was the other night. And as a shooter, yeah, it stinks and you feel like you took good shots, but I came in, was in the gym the last 2 days and it feels good. So I think you approach it the same way you've been approaching it all season long. Like, that's what's brought us success. That's what has brought myself success. So you don't change anything up. You don't start thinking too much. You just go out there and play and take the shot and shoot it with confidence and think every single one's going to go in. So I think the confidence aspect is going to be very important for our group as a whole, as we have to go in here and believe we can win and believe we can make shots as well.
Scott, don't we go fourth row, middle, and the back?
I think I saw where you made the half-court shot to a shoot-around. Does that or having a great shoot-around often lead to anything, or does that not mean anything?
I feel like we always have good shoot-arounds. I thought we had a great shoot-around today. We had optional workout the day before, and if you wanted to come in and get work, you could, and doing whatever you needed to make your mind ready for this game, your mind ready for this game. Because like I said, it's 40 minutes. You got to go out there and get every single thing you have. But I feel like we had a really good shoot around. We, changed some things. We went through some different schemes so we can, try and what will help us be a little more successful. But like I said earlier, like, we just made some scheme errors, and when you make those errors versus this team and then they make some shots, like, they just feed off of that. And playoff basketball, like, that's hard to recover from. So it's another key tonight, that you can't make those little errors where you're supposed to be doing one thing and then you go and do another. As a group, we have to stick to the scouting report.
Go fourth row in the back.
Caitlin, Coach Size was talking about some of the players just getting outside, some fresh air, being in the casino for a few days. Were you able to take any day trips or at least walk outside?
Yeah, it was my first time outside in 5 days yesterday, I realized, so that probably wasn't too healthy, but whatever. I went to Mystic, Connecticut. I went to dinner with my parents last night. So a very cute little town.
Did you get to see the aquarium and all?
I didn't, but I know that's a big thing. Went to some cute Italian restaurant, so that was good. It was good to get outside and get some fresh air and see some grass, But you don't realize, like, when you leave your hotel room, and obviously we walked the back way to practice, so, like, you're never outside, you're never smelling fresh air. So I probably should have done that a little earlier, but glad I did yesterday. But yeah, I think our team's made light of the situation, and obviously this isn't an ideal spot, not much around other than a casino and some shops, but we've had a lot of fun together, and honestly the organization has put together some fun events for us that we've got to share as a team too, so that's been a lot of fun too.
We got time for one more in the front row on the right. You just go ahead and ask if you want.
Hey Caitlin, I was going to ask, because I know you probably haven't had much time to think about this, but the game one set another viewership record for the W, and I'm just wondering, does the weight of that sort of play into how you or the team is feeling, or you guys kind of are just blinders on focused?
I think it's blinders on and you're focused. I think at this point, me personally, I don't really sit there and wait for the viewership numbers to come out. Maybe other people do. I was just like, cool. Close to 2 million people watching the game or whatever it was. I think it's, amazing. And I think it's what you would expect at this point of the season, but there's been a record.
Caitlin-Clark had a bit of an unexpected moment during her team's first-round playoff game against the Connecticut Sun on Wednesday evening. In a tense atmosphere, Clark pointed out a fan to the referees, and those officials immediately got security involved. The fan was then removed from his seat, but here's the thing. It's not exactly clear what the fan did to catch Clark's attention. This all went down after Caitlin had a bit of an exchange with Sun forward DeWanna Bonner earlier in the game. The two had a moment after Clark felt Bonner didn't give her enough space to land following a three-point attempt, and no foul was called. You could tell things were getting heated. Now, the Sun came into this game already leading the best-of-3 series 1-0, after absolutely dominating the opener on Sunday with a 93-69 win. So, tensions were running high. ESPN cameras even caught the fan talking to security after being taken from his seat. But here's the twist. He was allowed to return pretty quickly, according to Scott Agnes of Fieldhouse Files. So whatever went down, it was handled fast. When asked about that chippy first quarter, Clark didn't say much, but she kept her cool as always. And let's not forget, Caitlin-Clark was just named the Associated Press Unanimous Rookie of the Year. So she's staying locked in, no matter what's going on around her. The Indiana Fever definitely left it all out on the court, man. It sucks to see them take the L, but the season is officially over. Now it's time to regroup and look ahead to what's next. One big update coming out of this: Caitlinclark won't be playing any off-season basketball. That's right, no overseas games, no unrivaled league action either. They made it clear at the end of this game that Clark is more than likely going to take some well-deserved time off, spend it with her family, and get ready for the 2025 season. Honestly, after the grind of this rookie year, it makes sense for her to recharge. But what do you guys think? Hop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Clark's decision to sit out the off-season? And what should the Fever do as they rebuild for next year?